Dreaming of all the ways we push higher. Hoping that one of these days feels a bit like.
Good evening. Welcome to the 2018 Fashion Without Fabric show, Bodies in Motion. Before we get started, we'd like to pause for a moment to remember Nick Nelson, computer science and game design student who recently passed.
Stop for a second.
Without further ado, please welcome our Master of Ceremonies, Gemma Weston.
In my mind,
Well, now it's on. Okay, this is good. This gets rid of the nerves for me. How's everybody doing tonight? Good? Brilliant. Thank you so much for coming out to support our students. They put a lot of time in. I know it's a bit of a drive for you guys. And welcome to Fashion Without Fabric 2018. Woo! I'm Gemma, your MC for this evening. My job is to dish out cheesy one-liners and try to pronounce everyone's name correctly. No promises. A few people I want to recognize in the audience straight away, some important people. We have Bob Meyer, our chancellor, sitting here with his wife. Bob loves Fashion Without Fabric. It's his favorite event of the year, mostly because of me. Another person I want to recognize is our Dean of the College of Arts, Communication, Humanities, and Social Sciences, Maria Alm. She's over there. There we go. She's a huge supporter of what we do here at the School of Art Design, and then she's also kind enough to help us fund the scholarships that we give out to the students each year. And let's get you acquainted with our judges for this evening. First up, Darren Taser, lecturer in Art of Design and gallery co-director of Fogstand Gallery in Taiwan and starting this summer in Minneapolis. Darren is my professor. I have him for practice of art. How does it feel, Darren? You get to listen to me for an hour and a half now. All right, next up is Shelley Pecker, Associate Professor of Interior Design. And Sherry Marnell, Program Director in Apparel Design. And last but not least, David Richter O'Connell, better known around here as D-Rock, is lecturer in industrial. What is that? Lecturer in design. We're just gonna roll with the technical difficulty. Okay, they will be judging the pieces on craft, creativity, and overall appearance. At the end of the show, their votes will be tallied and prizes will be awarded for attention to detail, working the crowd, couture, first, second, and third place. There will also be a separate $1,000 scholarship award judged by the panel of professors that teach the 3D design sections. And they're all lined up beside me here in the front row. Those that applied for the scholarship were required to submit a short application as well as a process book that narrated their ideation sketches, their material, research, and their overall outfit construction. The books are scored as well as the outcome of their final outfit ensemble, and not to mention their impressive runway performance, which I've been helping them with all week. So just in case you haven't had time to glance at the side screens, or you didn't notice the program under your butt, or maybe just wandered in and didn't really know what was going on in here, first of all, you're at Fashion Without Fabric. And second of all, our theme this year is bodies of work. Each group of students was assigned a random contemporary sculpture by one of 27 different artists, starting with Ai Weiwei all the way until Yayoi Kusama and William Kentridge. And it's okay if you have no idea who these people are, because your kids probably don't either. I was talking with one student this morning, and they were like, yeah, we're getting ready for Fashion Without Fabric. And I'm like, brilliant, who's your artist? They've been working on this 2 weeks, by the way. They just stared at me, they had no idea. They had to look it up on their phone. Anyway, the groups of students were expected to respond visually and conceptually to the work and recreate it into a wearable kinetic fashion ensemble. And like I previously said, they only got 2 weeks. In previous years, we've been giving them as much as a month, and every single year we just seem to want to torture them a little bit more, so we shorten the time period. Before you know it, it's going to be 2 days. All right, and we have exactly... Yep, it's been mentioned as an idea. We have exactly 100 ensembles for you tonight, put together by over 200 students. Can I get like some oohs and ahs? Ooh. There we go. Which leads me to my next topic, the audience. Hello. Now, we've got a lot of bodies in this room, which means that there is absolutely no reason why you should not be loud enough, okay? I want to hear cheering. I want to hear clapping, wooing, whistling, not in a creepy way, laughing when appropriate. You know, really pump these students up. They're practically naked out here. They're wearing tinfoil and knickers, everyone, okay? Give them their support, please. And don't just cheer for your kid. And no booing either, okay? We're artists, but we're civilized. All right. No, but these students have worked incredibly hard, put in so much work. You've probably just gotten like phone calls from them, and it's just sobs. There's no words or anything. They're just crying. I know, I do it once a week to my mum. All right, last thing. If you feel like taking pictures during the show, which I imagine most of you will, given the smartphones that you have in your pockets, please consider posting them to social media with the hashtag StoutFWOF. We always love seeing your pictures every year, okay? All right, so that's enough out of me. Let's get the show started. So, one question for the tech team. Am I holding this in my hand like this the whole time? Maybe. And then no response. We'll figure it out. I'll just hold it for now. Let's get this up. All right. I'm ready whenever you are. Forever Bicycle by Ethan Lloyd and Mitch Pankow. Inspired by the gallery use of ready-made objects, this piece talks about the decommissioning of utilitarian objects from the everyday world and presenting them as so-called artworks. The focus and form for this piece was the incorporation of patterned geometric curves and angles to create a large frame-like structure. Get Out of My Way by Jamie Bastman and Rachel Katz. Be confident, be different, be you. Anyone can serve this outfit, whether it's a night on the town or shattering the infrastructure of communism. Law of the Journey by Brett Roberts and Renson Hoffman. Ai Weiwei's Law of the Journey is a statement about the Syrian refugee crisis. After several minutes browsing the internet and a Google search history definitely worth deleting, we can confirm that there are in fact zero tasteful jokes about this humanitarian crisis. Sorry to be such a buzzkill. Human Tetris by Samantha Bale and Haley Peterson. Andrea Zittel's original piece was constructed out of shipping boxes, paint, and gauze. Through our interpretation, the boxes on the dress perform as potential shelving, not to mention a fun puzzle for you to figure out. Alice Propus Velat by Emily Bradley and Kane Lee. Anne Hamilton's corpus exists in a gigantic hall, suspending 40 bell-shaped machines that release single pieces of translucent paper. Moving at the pace of breath, with every inhale, paper is picked up, and every exhale, paper is released. Corpus translates to body from Latin, the big, empty something that is nothing. Corpus is also about trusting process and being patient, something we are getting worse at in each generation. Alice Propus Velat, meaning they fly with their own wings. Take your time and stay present. Industrial Indigo by Kayla Miller and Paige Green. Industrial Indigo is inspired by Anne Hamilton's Indigo Blue, which is quite literally a pile of jeans. Art is strange, we know. Since the use of denim in a show like this is a big fat no-no, we were forced to improvise. Bill Cunningham once said, "Fashion is the armor to survive the reality of everyday life." The Unity of Silence by Nicole Hansen and Amy Pavletic. Anne Hamilton's artwork inspired us to create this theatrical ensemble. Reflected in our title, Unity of Silence, we wanted this piece to speak for itself, without the necessity of words. We invite all of you to witness this outfit bring Hamilton's sculpture to a whole new level. Threading an Event by Elizabeth Gebert and Andrew Patassi. This outfit takes inspiration from the installations present at the event, including live birds and messages in bags, and implements them into the design to create a truly new experience. Phobia by Connor Shipstead, Jenna Seema, and Morgan Swanson. Fear makes no sense. It doesn't matter what you fear. Fears don't define whether you are brave or not, whether you are reckless or masochist. Fear is not, as some think, part of your instincts of survival and self-preservation. It can destroy you, turn you into little pieces. Carousel by Alex Fisher and Bailey Farrell. Bruce Nauman was a creative genius as well as a comic clown. This outfit captivates his industrial form while still preserving his outlandish persona. Are you entertained yet? Retaliation by Ben Farmer and Patrick O'Connor. An eye for an eye leaves the whole world behind. Retaliation challenges ideals of masculinity with seductive androgyny, forming ties between the male and female, as well as the darkness and the lightness. Temple of Hands by Kira Shepard and Madeline Weber. Our goal was to recreate the contrast between the connection of joined hands and the separation of individual pedestals. This act of placing entwined hands upon a pedestal translates into our creation of a temple-like structure, where the idealization of linked hands and the human connection can be related to the worship of deities throughout history. Blooming Forest by Caitlin Christensen and Lauren Stenz. Charles Ray found a redwood tree that had fallen in California and became infatuated with the way it decomposed. He casted the tree and sent it over to Japan, where woodworkers spent 4 years carving a replica out of hinoki wood. Today, these designers model a newly inspired work made from tree bark and Japanese cherry blossoms to narrate Ray's creative process. Disclaimer, there were no actual trees harmed in the making of this outfit. The Frog with Boy by Ash Patterson, Maddie Kaiser, and AJ Klosterman. Curiosity, the stoic gaze of power, the deliberate balance of nature in action. Veni, Vidi, Vici. Unpainted Fashion by Morgan Frank and Devin Leary. The quiet and solemn mood of this piece is reflective of a tragic moment in frozen time. A Long Day by Chelsea Junker and Annie Hinks. The aim of this piece is to incorporate Chihara Shiota's use of interweaving strings to convey the presence of emotions in everyday life. The artists wanted to convey the feeling of entrapment within one's own thoughts. The Key to Fashion by Gavin Muehlhauser and Sarah Tamandel. Each individual key in the sculpture Chihara Shiota collected from people around the world. People lock their most valuable things away with keys and only give them to people who they really trust. This idea is represented through our outfit with the boats mimicking open hands. Journeyman, Disconnected, Isolated in Universe Alone Space and Time by Arnie Thompson and Jer Vang. Chihara Shiota describes people traveling like boats to uncertain destinations with the use of red string. She connects those boats with the shared memories, histories, and emotions. Picture a lone thread pulled from the context of an intricate Persian rug. The thread moves through space and time with a tangle of terminated relationships and broken dreams, moving uncertainly to the unknown. A State of Being by Joe Pagenkopf, Brianna Scholstad, and Charlotte Scott. The human soul laid bare, stripped down to its essentials, bones and memories alike, exposed for the world to see, all thanks to a skeleton key. Controllers of the Colosseum by Ian Reichel and Zach Olson. Ladies and gentlemen of the crowd, behold the controllers of the Colosseum. These two gladiators represent the destructive force of the universe that humanity wishes to control. For those who dare to challenge it, come and speculate the distinct gap that lies between these gladiates. Are you not entertained? Cosmic Racer by Ryan Kilmer and Kirsten Ziegler. Vroom vroom, our piece may resemble the long-lost cousin of the famous race car Herbie. However, there is more to her than meets the eye. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you UW-Stout's newest protector. Whenever in need of an escort on a late-night walk back from Applied Arts, Cosmic Racer will be there to help you out. Dermatophobia by Shu Vu, Jacob Bloom, and Jack Wright. We all house another side within ourselves, perfectly hidden from the public eye. From the outside, things look normal, but from the inside, we hide horrors which are better left locked up. Opera Mare by Jacob Sigler and Isaac Thon. The ultimate tragedy is not the oppression and cruelty by the bad people, but the silence over that by the good people. Oppressed people cannot remain oppressed forever. Somebody by Alexis Mora and Maya Yonki. This piece was inspired by Do Ho Seo's time in the Korean military. With the use of 30,000 dog tags, Seo is symbolizing how each individual tag comes together to create one larger-than-life figure. With the inclusion of golden mirrors on the interior, the viewer feels as if they themselves are part of his work. Heavy Sleeping by Caleb Galbraith and Alex Jett. In 1995, Doris Salcedo created this piece along with many others in the same style. Salcedo was born in Colombia and created this work to represent the effects of war, political oppression, and acts of violence against Columbus. Her works were made out of the remnants salvaged from the trauma. They are monuments to the missing. Sharp Image by Tegan Heck and Justin Barnhurst. Ella Natsui is known for his large-scale, free and flexible works made with thousands of sewn-together recycled aluminium caps. Taking that concept to heart, we constructed a free-flowing gown that is both sexy and dangerous. Opening Matter by Sam Snyder and Brenna Bignall. To market, to buy a penny. Home again, market is done. The Imagination Dress by Angel Eichstead and Kim Min-ju. Art is a reflection of life, which isn't something we can cut and fix. It's always in a state of flux. Ella Natsui does not instruct museums or curators how to install his work, but allows for it to be interpreted. He once stated, "I don't want to be a dictator, I want to be somebody who suggests things." Lily's Flower Garden by James Springsteen and Tommy Jeong. A flower blossoms for its own joy. Garden of Eden by Jewel Fredrickson and Haley Pfister. From the tempting boa to the apple of knowledge, this ensemble equips you with everything it takes to be exiled from paradise. Displaying a fun variety of teardrop tassels, this dress welcomes those warm summer days we're longing for. It simply says, "Welcome to Eden," or "Get the heck out." Intimidation by Hannah Heimer and Joel Moss. Our 1, 2, 3 sections equal the 3 of flower, crystal, and power. Symbolic language designed for multi-sensory experiences, physically described by Ernesto Nato's gratitude. Sleek yet stunning and succumb to brilliance, our intimidation reflects the motivation needed for surpassing cultural obligations.
All I can do to keep you safe is hold you close till you can breathe on your own. Till you can breathe.
Simple and light as a dream, The Gravity Don't Lie, Just Loves the Time by Rose Barker and Callie Swanson. Androgyny is not trying to manage the relationship between masculine and feminine, it is simply flowing between them by June Singer. Tranquility by Stephanie Howell, Charlie Peavy, and Richard Vosters. Ernesto Nato's masterpiece Humanoids emphasizes calm and comfort. A feeling of softness is what this outfit recreates. Tranquility envelopes the wearer in the most fashionable of lavender-scented hugs.
Everyone keeps a darker place to lose control. You're not alone. And when you come looking for embrace, I know your soul.
Drops of Something by Hannah Herring and John Arteman. Through scale, form, smell, and touch, Ernesto Nato's artwork evokes a heightened awareness of our own bodies. Reflector by Sammy Krugel and Zoe Jensen. Water is such a lifesaver into which we cannot breathe, but without taking it into us, we cannot live. Sandstar by Sarah Tim and Birdie Tatro. Find your seashell on the shore and raise it to your ear. What do you hear? How does it make you feel? Find your seashell on the shore. The freedom is real. I Want to Ride My Bicycle, I Want to Ride My Bike by Samantha Scheller and Brandon Stocker. As confounding as this sculpture may seem, our artist is notorious for leaving his work open into interpretation. A lot like how he uses everyday objects, we aim to highlight the creative aspects of daily life that are too often overlooked. Orozco's piece was inspired by Rotterdam, Netherlands, a city where bicycle riding is an essential part to daily life. Despite the snow conditions outside, you can't help but wanting to ride your bicycle. Mobile Matrix by Eleanor McKinley and Rachel England. This gray whale was found cast away on the sand of Isla Arena in Guerrero Negro by a team of specialists. The 163 bones of the whale were gifted to the artist, for which he used 6,000 pencils to draw concentric circles on, making the whale into what we know today as the Mobile Matrix. New Prato by Branna Herkel and Lexi Lapointe. We are living on the brink of the apocalypse. Be bold, be strong, be fierce. Joel C. Rosenberg. The Love of Days Past by Will Bonert, Catherine Lund, and Taylor Eslick. It's unfashionable to want to hang on to the things of the past, but when you see character being stripped away, old poor mess is what makes things interesting. Trump's Bitter by Samantha Merkes and Spencer Shotwell. Queen's Bitters by Grayson Perry uses folk paintings to celebrate the middle class of the 1960s. With our interpretation, Trump's Bitters, we decided to celebrate the diversity of all different races, religions, and sexualities in the United States. This outfit also celebrates the artist's cross-dressing alter ego, Claire. Constance Change by Gina Kraus and Nicole Martindale. Through contrasting colors, an antique silhouette, and postmodern style, this outfit exemplifies how opposites do attract. Whenever contrasts like these are mixed, a transformation from within bursts forth, creating something new. Spirit Cloak by Josiah McClelland and Zach Hendrickson. The artist intended for the original artwork to have a sensual and otherworldly feel. Trapped within the inorganic forms of the vessel, these seductive forms push to break free. This cloak allows those forms to break and in turn showcases the artist's design. Tomb of the Known Craftswoman by Alexis Severson and Elizabeth Eron. This look is so fab, we're going to throw your wardrobe overboard. Dual Nature by Sid Simonis and Sammy Reed, making the ordinary into extraordinary. Kissing the Runway by Andrew Bogard and Chloe Halverson. Everyone look out, there's a storm brewing on the runway tonight, and there's only way to brave the tempest with a striking garment. This couture layered look epitomizes the phrase, she is beauty, she is grace. It may be cold weather now, but the sun will be shining soon. So as RuPaul would say, Shantae, you can stay. Sailcloth Tears by Felipe Aguirre, Macy Kramer, and Hannah Domingo. And now, straight from your overcluttered garage, a new meaning is brought to the expression, one man's trash is another man's treasure. Fashioned from the finest scraps of anything its sleep-deprived creators could find, this dress aims to follow stockholders' style, blurring the lines between various mediums and being, in a word, colorfully abstract. A play on work by Paige Schrupp, Bailey Cannon, and Ellie Clark. What is work? What is play? How can these worlds interact with one another while being perceived as so vastly different? Can this work together, or must they remain disparate? Let me know when you find out. Family Ties by Lauren Belisle and Nicholas McMurray. Family, nature, and the culture of the Rio de Janeiro were all inspirational elements in the making of this piece. We all have ties to a family, be it ours or someone else's. That feeling is captured within the twists, turns, and swirls of our outfit. Pretty in Pink by Ashley Ferry and Glory Finley. Classy and sassy are two words to describe this highly textured piece. Using chicken wire and coffee filters, we created a timeless and elegant dress that's consistently in movement, even when you're standing still. So I Heard You Like Spoons by Nick Zugsworth and Rebecca Webster. This outfit resembles strands and circles of beads, as well as incorporating elements of pottery. The artist states that she uses more traditional ways to approach art. Therefore, inspiration was found in the design of the wizard. And what's older than a wizard? This is an outfit that Gandalf would say shall pass. End of Silence by Jenna Nyhouse and Maggie Fish. It is the sound at the edge of silence that occurs around us. Mystic by Jace Brockup, Lucas Fitz, and Aidan Petrilla. I find beauty in the grotesque, like most artists. I have to force people to look at things. Alexander McQueen. Rebirth by Amy Kreckelberg and Tyler Easton. A blend of the celestial and terrestrial, 9 stones illuminate the night with an otherworldly glow. H2O by Nathan Fisher and Cal Gooby. Inspired by Mariko Mori's sculpture titled Ring, this outfit incorporates not only the ring itself, but also the natural presence of earth and water, a reoccurring influence throughout her work. With its transparent glow of omnipotent light, the ring represents the circle of life. And no, this work does not have anything to do with the Lion King. Bower by Caitlin Hess and Grace Wallstead. Incorporating both Martin Puryear's love of craftsmanship and woodworking, this piece features strong sculptural elements as well as subtle neutral tones to highlight the dynamic abstraction in his work. Faux Fashion by Katie Hagen and Renee De Jesus. Martin Puryear was inspired by the Phrygian cap, which symbolized rebellion during the French Revolution. Faux just means made in imitation, artificial. Our piece is an imitation of the original work, as well as the materials used are imitating fabric. The pieces of our outfits start small and build up and out, a lot like how many revolutions start. Goddess from the Future by Tiana Rasmussen and Jackie Miller. Light has an evident functional and aesthetic impact on our lives. Olafur Eliasson. Infinity by Claire Harter and Jackie Bertrand. A connotation of infinity sharpens the temporal splendor of this night. When souls which have forgot frivolity and lowliness, nothing that fatal flight of words, whereto this earth's hurled dream down eager avenues of lifelessness. Glass Grotto by Bailey Patterson and Emily Pickard. Untouched by man, yet made in his design, smooth glass washes up to shore, reflecting the creature of nature and perfection of those above it. Infinite Memory by Max Brewer and Wilbur Rosano. Olafur Eliasson has a passion for outer space. Inspired by intergalactic travel, our piece features spikes of various sizes representing our short and long-term memories. The dish operates as a brain, constantly collecting an infinite amount of memories. Our New Planet by Rachel Hughes and Hannah Phelps. Radiating a luminous glow from the inside out, this couture piece serves as a hearty conversation topic. Inspired by Olafur Eliasson's sculpture, this work stimulates the visual senses, bringing ever-changing women's issues to light. So let your eyes explore, because this is where confidence is present and women are powerful. Chroma Primera by Michael Hilliger and Brooke Mahoney. Based off of Pay White's well-known piece, Morceau Arrogant, this clothing piece encompasses the fun of color and takes advantage of hanging space and dimension. It aims to be reminiscent of its inspiration, which White herself described as an exploration of movement contained. The Spacemanship by Sarah Jacobson and Maria Pabel. What happens when you mix space and ordinary household items? Well, that's just what these designers did. Who knew napkins and pool floaties could be deemed high fashion? And don't forget the Weed Whacker refills. Save that 5 times fast. Or just sit back and enjoy this spacemanship-inspired look. Genesis by Gabby Damien and Maisi Zhang. Moments in our daily life are different but connected. Our paths all lead back to the same beginning. Mighty heroes fought for our freedom, and the strongest of all was Genesis. To Much Night Again by Jake Zinsley and Riley True. Dream of war, dreams of liars, dreams of dragon's fire. Sleep with one eye open, gripping your pillow tight. Exit light. And tonight, we're off to Never Never Land. Color Tension by Rachel Henninger, Callie Thayson, and Zaria Wright. Bold illusion of layered space, tension, and protrusions. The array of color and varying lines create dynamic shifts in planes. Wards of Insanity by Yeleng Zhong and Jose Estrada. I know my fate. One day my name will be associated with the memory of something tremendous, a crisis without equal on earth, the most profound collision of conscience, a decision that was conjured up against everything I had believed, demanded hallowed so far. I am no man, I am dynamite. Friedrich Nietzsche. Black Fog by Melissa Clume and Chloe McChesney. This magnificently dark and mysterious outfit exemplifies the story of Dante's Inferno, a poem that describes the 9 circles of hell. Throughout her piece, Pater Coyne uses recyclables to display themes of loss, darkness, and hidden beauty. Coming of a New Age by Bailey Bataille and Teresa Mork. They should rise, true culture is in the mind. Everything that rises must converge. Feminine Beauty by Carly Segulia and Abby Schluter. Our piece encompasses feminine beauty, which is a huge focus for Pater Coyne's art exhibitions. Here we display the unaltered confidence that young girls have when they try on their mother's clothes. We believe that confidence and inner strength should carry on throughout all women's lives. Transorbital by Emmy Osmondson and Sophia Larson. Celestial cemented, we waltz our way through the vacuum. In the sepulchral silence of that ellipse, we are dizzy with orbit. Twister by Sammy Crone and Alyssa Gonzalez. The wind blew in, tornado sirens. We're in the basement now. The house was lifted, landing upside down, still whole. There it sits, a maker of history. It lays mosaicked in colored tile. Untitled Fashion by Graham Rowland and Jaden Dutchlander. This outfit's design uses planks as body formations and poles as structural supports. The material that we're mainly used are foam and cardboard, providing durable structure whilst keeping the piece easy to mobilize within. Untitled Garment by Eliana Fergus and Savannah Fraser. This outfit emanates a juxtaposition of variety and cohesion. With the help of Walmart and its... I'm on the wrong one. Wow. Melted Rifle. I think this is Melted Rifle by Sam Agard and Jack Lazinski. Death lives on her like an untimely frost upon the sweetest flower of all the field. William Shakespeare. To title or not to title, that is the question, by Whitney Phillips and Ali Lloyd. Robert Gober was inspired by animal dioramas that he found in natural history museums. We hope to light up your night with our dynamic dripping textures and luminous candles. The name for our piece was inspired by the untitled state of our artist's work, as well as the Shakespeare quote, "How far that little candle shows his beams, so shines a good deed in a weary world." Recovery by Lexi Westcott and Lizzie Olson. In life, there are many things weighing us down. Addiction is one of the anchors that keeps us from reaching our full potential. But with a few helping hands, the anchor of addiction can be lifted away. Modern Depiction of Good and Evil by Callie Taylor and Brooke Baker. Modesty versus Rebellion. Robert is an act of self-reflection, questioning the lingering influences of the Catholic Church. Still Life Mullet by Samantha Shannon and Aram Torbenheim. Inspired by Sarah Z's artwork Corner Plot, this outfit exhibits a first-glance mundane exterior, but with closer inspection, a magnificent still life with interior. Her piece creates the experience of traveling between two worlds, which led us to create this look. Business on the outside, party on the inside. A still life mullet, or something. The Art of Losing by Abe Albert and James Tierney. Losing sucks, but there's an art to it. The biggest losers of tonight's show are Abe and James. These boys have created a new way of making an outfit with whatever garbage they could find. This ambitious piece has the sole goal of being their first loser, taking home second place. The Third Means of Egress by Jenna Mitchell and Rowan Padak. Third Means of Egress is a modern piece fabricated out of cardboard that acts as a base for the structure consisting of ladders, stairs, and fire escapes. This piece is inspired by a collection created by Sarah Z, having installations in Massachusetts, England, and the Piece Today in Washington, D.C. Freewheeling Nostalgia by Sierra Leonhardt and Erica Holbrook. Summers on the lake, art projects galore, and exploring parts of town they'd never seen. This was these designers' childhood. This outfit encapsulates Sarah Z's tilting planet with various found objects in order to emulate personal childhood memories through the use of static and stagnant elements. States of Matter by Olivia DaCosta and Katie Langley. Triple Point by Sarah Z demonstrates the temperature to density to which solids, liquids, and gases coexist within a perfect equilibrium. Interpreting this into our design, we like to think that underneath all the science, this piece also confronts the human desire to fit into a terribly disorienting world. Dark Landscapes by Alexis Lanier and Angel Gruzinski. Expansive planes of landscape and dark atmospheric conditions embody mystery and fear of the unknown. Unprecedented Beauty by Chloe Ward and Cambry Ney. Inspired by Tara Donovan, ordinary household materials were manipulated to construct a wearable sculpture, which can only be described as unprecedented beauty. Organic shapes and generative arts were our main focuses when constructing this body of work. Salaryman by Steve Alexis and Grant Goplin. The salaryman distracts himself with wild daydreams of splendor to distract himself from the lack of purpose in his life. Lantern Festival by Kirsten Engelmeyer and Catherine Busseau. In the right light at the right time, everything is extraordinary. Intimate Immensity by Anna Humphrey and Olivia Kruger. Referencing a meteor shower, this dress is modeled after the contrast between earthly materials and heavenly ideas. Not only is it conceptually striking, but it's bound to fill you with immense confidence. This is the ideal dress to wear to your ex-fiance's charity gala, simply to say, I've moved on. Night Lights by Phil Kokura and Gigi Reed. Teresita Fernandez is well versed in the use of offbeat media to accentuate nature in all of its striking forms. The work Night Lights, based on her work of Night Writer 2011, uses illumination and color to create the feeling of a clear night sky. Blue Water by Paige Hansen and Trevor Donahue. All things are from water, and all things are resolved into water. Blind Landscape by Emily Bourgoin and Kyle Sromek. Stainless and sprightly, a landscape unfolds, one so appealing, even the blind may behold. Self-Reflection by Sophia Hansen and Claire Thompson. She worked to find herself, to remove the overgrown. Now she shines from a light from inside, and she turns the mirror to you. What are you hiding behind? Clockwork Soldier by Tommy Kabusin and Jordan Brost. A clock ticks time by tirelessly, gears winding like twines of a string, with quaint clicking quietly, quickly, until finally time stands still. The World on Its Hind Legs by Brittany Woutier and Mercedes Scherer. William Kentridge is a South African artist that came into fame for scribbling and making art out of scraps of paper. Our piece is inspired by the structures of the screen and stand from the installation itself and the journal represented in the films. Consuming Bellows by Patrick and Alice O'Brien. Agony, depravity, and cruelty are all that remains in this world. Humanity has fallen to its deepest recesses. Lady Despair, the embodiment of man's hatred toward one another, roams this mortal realm, spitting dirt, tar, and oil. Man is forced to pull the unbearable weight of their deity for the rest of their days. Infinity Mirrored Room, All the Eternal Love I Have for the Pumpkin by Alyssa Longcore and Matt Van Brocklin. This work by Yayoi Kusama is primarily focused on how a strategic use of mirrors forms a seemingly endless line of pumpkins that recede into infinity. With the use of vibrant patterning and reflective material, we strived to mirror the concepts of this work into our design. Infinity Mirrored Room, The Souls of Millions of Light Years Away by Maya Sheira and Alex Wu. Inspired by Yayoi Kusama's Infinity Mirrored Room, this outfit utilizes reflective materials such as cellophane, curling ribbon, and rhinestones, not to mention plenty of LED lights and the faces of souls emerging out of the jacket. All of My Infinite Love for the Myla Circles by Emily Schaefer, Joseph Saransky, and Maggie Farlander. Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever really tried to wrap your brain around the concept of infinity? Our outfit is a take on Yayoi Kusama's Love Forever, which utilizes mirrors and lights to create an illusion that goes on forever. Fashioned after Kusama's personal style, this extravagant dress is bound to strike amazement and awe. Fallow's Field by Kate Elwood and Emma Faville. Yayoi Kusama's sculpture was created with polka-dotted cushions arranged inside a room with mirrored walls. It was her fairy verse installation in a series of infinity rooms and symbolizes human sexuality and freedom. To quote Kusama herself, "Polka dots are a way to infinity." Untitled Fashion by Graham Rowland and Jaden Dutchlander. This outfit's design uses planks as body formations and poles as structural supports. The material that were mainly used are foam and cardboard, providing durable structure whilst keeping the piece easily to mobilize within. That was our last model, everybody. Here's some noise. How did they do? Yeah! So while the judges are tallying the votes, we would like to thank the professors involved in the project. Tim Alberg, Kelly O'Brien, Robert Atwell, Molly Urovich, Tom Hollenbach, Masako Onodera, and Daniel Atyem. Big round of applause for them. Let's also thank Robert Atwell again. He's our show advisor, so he supervises this whole event. Round of applause for him. And then also Kathy Wiseman, our financial specialist. Yeah. And Andrew McIntosh, he does everything print and digital, and he also took photos of the students earlier. Matt Bentley, our videographer. And then the MSC tech crew, the event services, everything. And let's not forget our volunteers as well. Big round of applause for them. Most importantly, let's have another round of applause for our students who have worked so hard. I mean, this show is nothing without them. It would just be me talking, which would be like the worst comedy show ever. So, while we wait for the results, we would like to show you a glimpse of the behind-the-scenes process. Matt Bentley spent all week preparing this, so let's take a look.
indifferent. I'm trying to break the ice. I'm waiting an hour to bring the heat back to life. You used to ignite me. Without the sun, I don't know where you are, I don't know how we get through the dark. Without the sun, all the love's running out, I don't wanna let go of your heart. Without the sun, without the sun, it's so cold around you, but you don't seem to mind. Your heart seems indifferent. I'm trying to break the ice. I'm waiting an hour to bring the heat back to life. You used to ignite me. Without the sun, I don't know where you are, I don't know how we get through the dark. Without the sun, all the love's running out, I don't wanna let go of your heart. Without the sun, without the sun, without the sun, I don't know
Okay. So before we start doing anything else, I want to direct you to the front of your programs, and at the bottom it has a little section called Contribute, and there's a link. And if you want to get involved in the School of Art and Design and you follow the link to the website, you can donate for next year's scholarship. And if each person only donates like $5, we'll already have the money for next year's show, okay? All right, brilliant. Next piece, that you also got one of these little thingies on your chairs, and it's for the UW-Stout Fine Arts Association. They're having a show for 3 days, not this next weekend, but the one after, and they're going to be selling jewelry and ceramics, and it's a really great opportunity for all of our fine arts students to get some real-life experience selling their own work. So we encourage you to attend that as well if you were in the cities for that weekend. And without further ado, the judges are still deliberating, so we're going to show you the other models for another time, okay?
Why wait to say? At least I did it my way. Lie way too faced, but in my heart I understand. I made my move, and it was all about you. Now I feel so far removed. You are the one thing in my way. You were the one thing in my way. You are the one thing in my way. You are the one thing in my way. You were the one thing in my way. You are the one thing in my way. At least I did it my way. Lie way too faced, but in my heart I understand. I made my move, and it was all about you. Now I feel so far removed. You are the one thing in my way. 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 One thing in my way, you were the one thing in my way. You are 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 the one thing in my way. rushing, hit a wall. Right now, I need a miracle. Hurry up now, I need a miracle. Stranded, reaching out. I call your name, but you're not around. I say your name, but you're not around. I need ya, I need ya, I need you right now. Yeah, I need you right now. So don't let me down. I think I'm losing my mind now. It's in my head, darling. I hope that you'll be here when I need you the most. So don't let me down. Don't let me down. Don't let me down.
Just never get to do that anymore. I'm a retiree of Fashion Without Fabric. All right, are they still deliberating, the judges? Do we know? They're not here back yet? We can't do awards yet. All right, that means improvisation. I don't know what to do. It's not in my script. What are we doing? More dancing? I can. This is how we stall at UW-Stout, everyone. None yet? No, they're not done? Anyone got any good jokes? Thanks, guys, for helping out. This is what we do. This is what we do for these performances. I end up with my shoes off and my Yoda Band-Aid is showing off to everybody and utter chaos entirely. We still not ready? I did the worm and everything. Oh my. Oh God. All right. So I've got a filibuster then. Does anyone want to know where the phrase raining cats and dogs came from? Yeah? Brilliant. All right, so in Tudor times, right, they used to have a fire in the middle of the house to heat the thatch at the top of the house. And then as time moved on, it was good, the fire, because it burned all the bugs and all the vermin and scared off all the animals that tried to live in the roof. And then as time moved on and the houses became multi-story, they had to move the chimney to the side of the house. And then they realized, oh crap, what are we going to do to get rid of all the vermin in our roof? So they took their dogs, they took their cats, they didn't feed them all day, and they put them up on the roof and let them run around and chase all the vermin and the bugs. And when it would rain, the thatch would become very, very slippery. And the cats would literally just fall off the roof and land onto some passerby walking by. And that's where the phrase raining cats and dogs came from. I'm not joking, I learned that in Stratford-upon-Avon. So my only talents are word etymology, and I can name every country in the world, but that would take a long time if I did that just now. I'm not gonna do it, that would be here for like 11 minutes. I'm not gonna name all the countries. You know most of them. You know, the one above us, the one below us, the other ones all around us. Some in between. All right. Oh God, this is the really scary part of the show. Last year things went so smoothly and so slick. And this year I've got to dance and everything. What did they say? What was that? It's Darren? Yeah, Darren the judge. He's cursed us. Okay, what else do I know? The word archipelago, meaning a cluster of islands, comes from the Greek root of arche, meaning chief, and pelagos, meaning sea. And they used to use this as the name for the Aegean Sea. And then as time went on, they used it as, instead of a proper noun, a general term for all kinds of clusters of islands. And they did this for the Aegean Sea because it had so many islands in it. And there you go. That's where archipelagos came from. You back? Can I stop talking now? Yes! Knowledge and entertainment. I did the best that I could. Bob, I even whipped out the worm. You were gone for it. You'll have to watch the video next week. Oh yeah, this is all being recorded, by the way. All right, and we're ready to do awards. And the fun stuff. Okay, so the first one is for working the crowd, and that goes to Tranquility. Yeah. All of you come out and go to the... Oh yeah, take for it. The next award is for the most couture, and that goes to Modern Depiction of Good and Evil. Where's Modern Depiction of Good and Evil? Here we go. I get my shoes back on. Okay, the next award is for attention to detail, and that goes to Fowler's Field. All right, now going into the placements. Our third place goes to Cosmic Racer. Our second place prize goes to Garden of Eden. Our first place prize goes to Glass Grotto. And lastly, can I get a drum roll, please? This is for all the marbles, or I guess just $1,000. Our scholarship prize goes to Kissing the Runway. All right, everybody. So that concludes our show for this evening. Remember to follow the link and do the scholar. Oh my God, I'm losing my words completely. All right, remember to go to that link to contribute for next year's show. Remember the brochure I gave you about the Fine Arts Association show in the Twin Cities. Thank you and good night. You can head to the Fireside Cafe if you'd like. What? Oh my gosh, I forgot to thank our coordinator. Bryn, she put this whole show together. She's a senior in industrial design. She's working on oh, thank you. She's working on her senior project. Now we've concluded the show. I obviously was not looking at my notes. Thank you, Daniel. You guys can head to the Fireside Cafe, which is to the right as you exit. Thank you for coming so much again. Have a great night.